Seth Rogen and Aziz Ansari play Freaky Friday, everyone. But where else would you see that besides Good Fortune? And if you want to talk about it, sit down, let's have a drink. I'll be honest, I feel like Aziz Ansari is like the John Cena of comedy. It feels like he's his own shtick, and you gotta be a certain type of people to enjoy him. Besides that, I can't really remember the last time Seth Rogen did something worth my time. And if there's anything that I have, it's time. After seeing it, I wanted to like this movie more than I did. But unfortunately, I didn't. And I seem to say that after a lot of Seth Rogen movies. But like always, I've got pros and I've got cons. Let's start off with the pros, shall we? Alright, let's just start off with the messaging this time around. A clear component that the movie displays the entire time. With the way movies are going this year, it feels like 2025 is going to turn me into a demonized version of Hassan. Although, instead of political issues per se, well, this one really touched on societal issues. And the clear and obvious disparity between the rich and the poor. Here we get to see an angel named Gabriel, played by Keanu Reeves, mistakenly switch the lives of Aziz Ansari, who is actually just your average broke US citizen trying to stay afloat, but hit rock bottom, with the life of Seth Rogen, who actually plays a rich, life-eccentric millionaire who has absolutely no worries in the world. Now, Aziz and Seth can switch their lives back only if Aziz agrees to switch. But when you're a millionaire, why the hell would you want to be poor again? This movie did absolutely nothing subtly. It said what it needed to say, and it said it loud and clear. Not like Jordan Peele's Him, where he tries to phrase white industrial deceit, or even one battle after another's stab at authoritarian regimes. Nope, Seth Rogen literally stands up at the end of this movie and says, fuck rich people. And I'm not here to preach my opinion, but I will join in, so fuck you. Nowadays, you can't even sign your soul to get a good paycheck how you used to. So honestly, I hope you appreciate this. And I hope you like and subscribe. Though it wasn't subtle, Seth Rogen definitely hit the marks of his message with relativity. Many of us know that one guy who's struggling to get by, working on every single delivery app they can, has turned to some type of drug to stay sane. Oh, no, not me. I'm not sane. But many people are forced to stay in that cycle of check-to-check living. Though being a millionaire himself, Seth Rogen seems to understand these situations very well and showcases that in Good Fortune. Honestly, I gotta give a star here for the plot. Now, there's not too many Seth Rogen movies where the plot is so intricate or complicated, or anything special for that matter. Truthfully, a lot of the ideas for Seth Rogen's movies feels like it came out of a third grade group chat. So, I wasn't expecting something so complicated or convoluted, hence the lack of subtlety in the movie. But the plot is actually interesting by being so simple. A poor man and a rich man swap bodies and experience each other's lives. On paper it sounds like whatever, but it actually called for some hilarious moments. Funniest moments come from Seth's POV because trying to see a rich man live a poor man's life is kind of like watching a lion try to put himself in a gazelle's shoes. Yeah. Right. At one point in the movie we see Aziz, who now has Seth Rogen's rich life, has to attend a business meeting which seems crucial, but having just switched bodies he has no idea what to talk about. So he shows up and a man simply asks him what does he think of the new business proposal. Aziz's character, not being sure, just says it looks good, and that concludes our meeting. And I have to imagine that is exactly what no-brain millionaires do in their meetings. Because why the hell is your meeting taking place on a private island and there's $2,000 to the company credit card for sushi? But I guess when your money works for you, what the hell is there even to talk about? Alright, that's all I have for the pros. Let's get to the cons. Okay, again, I wanted to like this movie more than I did, but I didn't. I did, however, liked it more than I thought I would. Now, could it have been better? Yes. I mean, even for Seth Rogen standards, it could have been better. So many of the jokes here just did not land. These were the same type of jokes you would expect someone to make when it's their first time being high. Like I was watching the director's cut of Pineapple Express, which just so happens to include satire on modern societal dysfunctions. I think Seth just had a hard time choosing whether he should make jokes for elementary school movie night, or for our age-eligible voters. I mean, it is a comedy movie, but it felt like the jokes were just thrown on after the movie was made. As if they had to improvise to match the message after. Which it was a good message. Very important. Especially in today's time. But I came to laugh at a Seth Rogen movie. Not to hear Seth Rogen's high thoughts on economics. Now, I don't even know how to describe the acting in this movie. It's like every actor here played their own version of Aziz Ansari. If you've ever heard Aziz Ansari speak, he puts absolutely no emphasis on any part of his speech. Everyone here just spoke like they were reading the script live on a teleprompter behind their co-star's head. Keke Palmer, Keanu Reeves, and of course Aziz Ansari, they all just sounded terrible. Like listening to Vanilla Puddin' experience consciousness for the first time. The emotional reactions in Playoffs could not have felt more scripted. Which, when I think about it, maybe I'm the one that's confused. Because it was so bad it felt like it had to be purposeful. I mean, did Aziz force everybody to speak this way? Either way, I could not get past this for the entire movie. You ever seen in a movie or a cartoon where the supervillain successfully takes over the world with his brainwashing, and everybody starts to speak the same with this zombie-like tone? That's what it felt like Keke Palmer was brainwashed. Honestly, it feels like a lot of comedy movies just can't get it right with the acting. I mean, can't they understand that the only thing better than good jokes is good jokes and good acting? But I mean, the jokes weren't even good themselves. So what the hell are we rooting for, Seth? The only person not under this hypno style of speech was Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen got to play Seth Rogen. Everyone else had to play Aziz Ansari. Alright, this movie definitely got better as it went on, but it definitely hit a peak at some point in the middle. There was just no one singular scene or piece of dialogue that really hit home. There's nothing from this movie that I took back with me after leaving the theater. Yes, the movie was relatable, but that's not enough to make me ponder here. I mean, if you want to talk relatable, you could talk to my Snapchat AI, David. There's just honestly nothing memorable here. Alright, Good Fortune, at most, feels more like a good try. Again, I do love the messaging here. I appreciate it, Seth. We appreciate it. But I don't think we need you in the front lines, brother. You and Aziz just sit back with George Lopez. We're gonna let Jim Carrey take the charge from here. Yeah. Well, that being said, I had to give this movie a 5.5 out of 10. Now, I did want to give it a 4, but the extra 1.5 does come from the message. So, 1.5 for that. I just feel like it could have been a little more clever, a little more funny, for a comedy reflecting on modern societal flaws. But if I had to recommend another comedy that takes a little jab at society, well, I'd recommend the movie Sorry to Bother You. But I want to know what you think about Good Fortune. Talk to me in the comments.